Good evening, high school football fans. This is High School Football America for October the 6th, 2016. I'm Jeff Fisher, host of the show and founder and editor-in-chief of High School Football America and highschoolfootballamerica.com. We are heading into the second half of the 2016 high school football season, and that generally means that we're now going into league or district play, depending what part of the country you're from as far as terminology. We're actually getting into the playoffs. Yes, the playoffs are here in the state of Alaska as they get ready for the long winter ahead as action opens up this weekend. So tonight on the show, we're going to take a look at what has been an exciting first half of the high school football season, and should turn out to be one dandy finish to the season. We still have, 2.5 months to go here, although regular season will be wrapping up by that first week of November, but got a lot of high school football action ahead of us. And the top 25 national championship, well, it's still up for grabs, but that's probably where we're going to start the conversation tonight, which is Bishop Gorman, who has struggled with the high school football algorithm in winning a national championship over the last 2 years, has definitely done itself some justice by scheduling a very good out-of-state schedule this year, and it culminated with a huge win. Coming over number 10 ranked at the time, St. Thomas Aquinas, last week on national television in Las Vegas. What a dandy ball game, a triple overtime game. Gorman goes for 2 in the third overtime instead of playing for a fourth overtime. They get the 2-point conversion, and Bishop Gorman solidifies itself atop the High School Football America top 25. And again, for those of you not familiar with the way we do our rankings, it is not an opinion poll. We have created an algorithm that we have used over the last 4 years. Very excited by it. As a matter of fact, we're so proud of it, and I love all the competitors out there, all the guys that put out the rankings like USA Today, our partners at USA Today High School Sports, Max Prep, Prep Nation. It just seems that when we release our poll, which we do on Sundays, on Mondays, everything seems to be similar, and that makes us smile because we put a lot into this algorithm to see if there's any way to possibly, with a computer, figure out the best team in the nation. But Bishop Gorman, by playing some huge teams this year, let's take a look at who they've beaten. They opened up by beating number 3 Cedar Hill in Texas. Cedar Hill has struggled this year, but playing a good schedule itself. They took down Cocoa, a team that's in our national top 50 out of Florida. We already mentioned that they beat St. Thomas Aquinas, number 9 this week. They were 10 when they beat him last week. They took down St. John Bosco from California, the preseason number 1. It was a number 1 versus number 2 battle that we were able to watch out here in Southern California. And and then there was a team not in the top 50 for us, but in the top 25 for USA Today, Kahuku, the number 1 team in Hawaii for us. And Gorman just took down, the best states out there. They took down California, they took down Florida, they took down Texas, they took down the top team in Hawaii, and now they come in state. And quite honestly, it's been the thing that's held them up in the algorithm. The weaker out-of-state schedule that they played prior to this affected them. Now, USA Today named Bishop Gorman as its national champs the last 2 years running, but because of the in-state schedule that the Gales played, they were not able to ascend to the top of the High School Football America top 25 national ranking with our algorithm. But they've got a real good shot, and it's hard to believe that if they now run the table in Nevada, and there's a good chance that they're not going to be challenged at all on their way to an 8th state championship, the Gales should win the national championship, and they would have done that in the months of August and September. Although there's probably a lot of people out there listening going, well, Nevada football is a little bit better near the top now. Liberty took down Westlake from Texas earlier this year, although Westlake was without its number 1 quarterback at the time. And you've got Reed that's also sitting in there in the top of the state rankings. And by the way, if you haven't been to our website this year yet, and we wish you would be going there and checking, we have really expanded the rankings this year. We went from our original top 25 to a top 50 last year. We've continued that this year. We still do our regional rankings in 7 different regions. Those come out on Monday, so the top 50 comes out on Sunday, and then the regionals come out on Monday. We follow that up with all of our top 10s or top 5s, depending on the size of the state. We do either a state top 10 or a state top 5, and they're released Monday through Friday. We also on Sunday release our Southern California Top 25. Because we're based out here, we do that. Plus we do a California Top 25. So lots of people coming to us to check out how we rank with our algorithm, and we appreciate all of you stopping by highschoolfootballamerica.com and checking out exactly what we do. So to put it bluntly, I've kind of run the numbers, and it's going to take a lot for someone to unseat Bishop Gorman from the top of the heap. Now, I guess there's a chance that the powers that be will put together a bowl game, possibly, I would believe. You could see number 1 versus number 2. If Gorman and IMG remain number 1 and number 2, and right now they are number 1 and number 2 in all of the major polls, High School Football America, USA Today, Max Preps, and Prep Nation. It's a consensus 1-2 in all of those polls. I would suppose someone out there will try to do what they did last year, which is get a game that's played somewhere before the holiday, maybe in between, I'm not quite sure, but possibly do something where we settle the national championship game head-to-head. But we'll have to see about that. So Bishop Gorman comes into Nevada this week. The rest of the way, they will play Nevada teams. They've already beaten Bonanza this week. Tomorrow night, they will take on Spring Valley. IMG Academy gets hurt a little bit because they had to cancel their game against Southern Lab. That means they have one less game. Southern Lab was supposed to be coming from Louisiana, but with all the evacuations going on in South Florida and the safety of everyone, that game has been canceled, as has been the game between St. Thomas Aquinas and Deerfield Beach. Both of those games will not be made up, and it's a good time right now to say that we send out our thoughts and prayers to all of the people in South Florida and along the Florida coast and the East Coast, for that matter, for everything that they're going to be having to deal with here over the next 3 or 4 days. And safety is obviously number 1 on everybody's mind. So, national championships don't mean anything if you're not safe. So, IMG will be affected because they have one less game when it comes to that. But, right now they've got a pretty good solid grip on that number 2 spot. But right behind them is Mater Dei, and Mater Dei can really start, eating into that IMG lead because the Monarchs play in one of the toughest leagues in the country year in and year out, number 1 or number 2, the Trinity League. They share that honor usually with the Big North out of North New Jersey. And Mater Dei will take on Santa Margarita tonight, opening Trinity League play here in Santa Ana, California. I'll be at that game. We'll have highlights for you on highschoolfootballamerica.com. But the Monarchs right now, between just decimating everybody and the fact that they stand a good chance to win the Trinity League this year, it's probably going to come down to the big one on October 21st when they take on number 6 St. John Bosco. But Mater Dei, if they run the table and then make a deep run and maybe win a state championship here in California, they could put themselves in position for a run to the top of the Mythical National Championship. Strength of schedule down the stretch here for the Monarchs is going to be pretty intense, especially if they win those games. The rest of the top 25 this weekend, this is the first time this season that we do not have a top 25 versus top 25 matchup. The biggest game will be number 22, Lake Travis in Texas, taking on number 44, Westlake. Last week we had the 2 big games. Of course, we've already talked about the triple overtime win by Bishop Gorman taking down St. Thomas Aquinas, and then there was the big win by DeMatha in the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference, the Stags from Maryland taking down then number 9, St. John's College High School out of Washington, D.C., a 14-13 victory for the Stags. We had Coach Elijah Brooks from DeMatha on the show last week talking about how tough the WCAC is. Got to give some kudos there to St. John's as they closed within 1 point with a touchdown late in the game with about 2 minutes to go, and then they decided to go for 2 and the win on a very rainy night. And the Stags come away with the victory and kind of put themselves into the driver's seat right now as far as winning its 4th straight conference championship. But still, standing in the way there, you've got Gonzaga on the horizon. You've got Good Counsel on the horizon. It's a tough league this year. We're going to be taking the algorithm and putting it to all the top leagues and seeing which are the best ones here over the next couple of weeks and give you a breakdown on that. But right now, the WCAC faring very, very well with a lot of great competition week in and week out in the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area. Number 5, Allen, which is on a scoring binge with 60-plus points over the last 2 weekends, trying to go to 6-0 this weekend when they take on Plano tomorrow night. We've already mentioned number 6, St. John Bosco. They opened Trinity League play. They've won 4 straight Trinity League championships, setting the record there with 20 straight victories. They will take on Servite tomorrow night in the opener in the Trinity League for them. Servite, one of the top 25 teams in the state of California. And if you ever want to check out all of our rankings, we have a specific, in Southern California, we have a specific segment on the website for that. Just go to highschoolfootballamerica.com, click on news, and it'll drop down a tab that will have Southern California news for you, and it'll have all the rankings there from Southern California and the statewide rankings. In Ohio, Colerain looking to continue to cruise its way, looking for that undefeated regular season, taking on Middletown from Ohio tomorrow night. The Grayson Rams only lost this year, season opener on national television to number 2 IMG. Well, the Rams are picking them up and putting them down since that time as they won their 4th straight game, and they have climbed from number 11 to number 8 in the latest rankings. They will take on Shiloh tomorrow night in the state of Georgia. We already mentioned St. Thomas Aquinas scheduled to play Deerfield Beach tomorrow night, canceled due to Hurricane Matthew. Good one in Georgia. Roswell won 17-0 last week. They will take on Lassiter, a battle of unbeatens there, see if the Hornets can keep things going and keep their hopes alive for a national championship. And same thing for Mill Creek, the Hawks from Georgia, taking on Discovery tomorrow night. Mill Creek trying to keep itself there in the mix for a mythical national title. McGill-Tulane out of Alabama, another unbeaten, left in the top 25. They take on Montgomery tomorrow night. Corona Centennial, the Huskies from here in Southern California, open their Big 8 league play against Roosevelt High School from Eastvale, California. Number 14, Jenks. They moved up 2 more spots this week to number 14. They will take on Edmond Memorial in an all-Oklahoma clash coming up. Number 15, Warren Central against Carmel in Indiana. And it may be one of those kind of trap games for the Warriors, who've been kind of on cruise control. The Greyhounds have beaten the Warriors 2 straight years. And on the horizon for Warren Central is a big game against Ohio Power, St. Xavier, that hopped into the top 50 this week. St. Xavier playing one of the toughest schedules in the country, and they rank right up there with St. John's College High School. The Cadets come in at number 16. They're taking on St. Mary's from Maryland coming up tomorrow night, but St. John's and St. X, boy, 2 really rugged schedules there. Number 17, St. Joseph's Prep, the Hawks from Philadelphia, in a Catholic League battle there in Philly against Roman Catholic tomorrow night. The Trinity Shamrocks coming off that big win, impressive win over their crosstown rivals, St. X, taking on Eastern on the road in Kentucky tomorrow night. South Point, the Stallions, South Carolina, scheduled to play Westview. Hopefully the weather from Hurricane Matthew will not affect that game, but keep up to date with everything that's going on with cancellations by coming to High School Football HighSchoolFootballAmerica.com. Our scores and our scoreboards powered by ScoreStream keep you up to date with everything that's going on. American Heritage does not have to worry about the hurricane and a game. They are idle. They still have to worry about the hurricane. The Patriots, number 20 in the nation right now. Number 21, St. Joseph Regional, the Green Knights from Montvale, New Jersey. Big win in double overtime. They went to overtime for the fourth time, I believe, in the last 5 meetings with Bergen Catholic, a 17-14 win for St. Joe's, and now they got to come right back at it tomorrow night, a big game against Don Bosco Prep. Both St. Joe's and Bosco were in the preseason top 25, but Bosco, after an 0-3 start, which hadn't happened, I believe, since the mid-90s. They've bounced back now, and they'd like nothing more than to take down St. Joe's and give themselves the upper hand there during the regular season in the new Super Conference in New Jersey in the United Division. We mentioned Lake Travis before. That's probably the game of the week, if you want to call a game of the week, out of the top 50 this week. Lake Travis, number 22, taking on Westlake. Westlake coming off a runner-up finish in Class 6A, Division I last year in Texas. Cibolo Steel, number 23, in action against New Braunfels tomorrow night. 3 Texas teams are lumped together at 22, 23, and 24. DeSoto cracking the top 25 for the first time this year. They take on Grand Prairie tomorrow night, and number 25, Mallard Creek out of North Carolina in a North Carolina battle against Huff. So there's a look at the schedule. Again, keep up to date with all the scores, all those scores as they happen, live and in color on the internet, as we have our live scoreboards for the top 25 and state-by-state scoreboards brought to you by ScoreStream. Remember to download the app at Google Play or in the iTunes Store, and you can have fun and post some video and post photos from your favorite team's games all weekend long and throughout the rest of the season. Real easy to do. You can learn more by going to ScoreStream.com. And speaking of our partners, let's bring in the rest of them here, beginning with Echo. Hey, coaches, if you're looking for a competitive edge, there's no better way to get that competitive edge than using Echo 1612. Echo 1612. So Echo, these are the guys, these are actual coaches that created technology to help you be better. And they did it quite simply 3 years ago. They made this technology for you coaches. 8 seconds after the play ends, it comes to you on your iPad. That's as simple as that. It's show, not tell. It's a great way to get those changes, in-game changes that you can show the kids exactly what's going right or what's going wrong. Doesn't matter. And you can do that by going to echo1612.com. You can also get to Echo by clicking through the banner ad on our website. It'll take you right to everything you need to know about Echo. And, of course, they're in the college game now as they're part of the Exo system. We had Chad Cargill, the founder and the creator of this. There are some imitators out there, and I guess the operative word is imitators. And speaking of imitators, Crossover, who's been with us for several years, they're getting imitated by the good folks at Huddle there, just like Huddle brought in their instant replay. They're trying to break down game film, but Crossover, folks, they created this. They are the ones that came up with it, and last year, you may have heard Jason Strunk, who writes the Turnaround blog for us here at High School Football America, the head coach at Lubbock High School in West Texas, talk about how it saved his staff probably about $10,000, his program $10,000, because they didn't have to sit there and break it down until, their eyes were bleary. They actually got to go home, have dinner with the family, play with the kids. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? Crossover came up with this, and they're doing it really well. Strunky says 99.999999% accuracy in it. Certainly, you're still going to go in and get your game film and look at it, but it's going to be broken down, all that tagging, all that, rewind. That doesn't have to be done anymore. This is what Crossover does for you. It saves you time and money, which allows you to do what you do best, which is coach. You can get your free demo by going to crossoverwithak.com/HSFA. Also brought to you tonight by the good, fine folks at Southern Sport. Players, you know how awful it is to have those pellets in your feet as you go through your game. They hurt, especially on those fields where the infill there has been used quite a bit. It gets really, really hard. It's like little pebbles. Well, crossover, the people, actually, we got the crossover from our good friends at Southern Sport. The Debris Inhibitor Razor keeps those pesky rubber pellets from field turf out of your shoes. $19.99, 20 great colors. You can get a discount on your order by going to TDIRazor.com and entering the code HSFA. That's TDI Razor with a U, R-A-Z-U-R, TDIRazor.com to keep those pesky rubber pellets from field turf out of your shoes. And by the way, it'll also save the program money because it gives you that great look of spatting without the high cost of tape, and rolls of tape these days pretty darn expensive. So please, whenever you can, patronize our sponsors. They're great partners. We've been around together for a long, long time, and just really happy to have not only great partnerships with them, but great friendships with the people at the top of these great companies. So we're going to take our first break, hear a little bit more from all of our sponsors, and we come back, we're going to take a look around at the national media poll. Yes, we combine all the national ranking services out there and put them into a media compilation poll. We'll take a look at that when we come back. You're listening to High School Football America. Instant replays on a high school football sideline? Seriously? Yes, the future is here with Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System. Echo's cutting-edge technology was the first to the market 2 years ago. Echo delivers instant replay to your sideline on an iPad within seconds of a play being finished so that you can make tomorrow's coaching changes today. This NFHS-approved product may be the biggest change in high school football since the invention of the helmet. Coaches, you'll gain a competitive edge by adding Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System to your coaching toolbox. How cool is this? The Echo Instant Replay Sideline System works with both your current booth and end zone cameras, plus, and this is an important point, Echo works without any cellular connection, data plans, or internet. The list of high school football programs using Echo 1612 system is growing daily, meaning your opponent may already have a game time advantage. You don't want to be left out, do you? The Echo 1612 advantage is simple. Echo plus an iPad equals instant replay on your sideline that improves your game planning. Seriously, you'll be making coaching adjustments in real time, not the day after. Except no copycats, Echo 1612 is the best on the market. Echo 1612's cutting-edge technology helps you make tomorrow's adjustments today. Learn more at echo1612.com. Field turf rubber pellets, be gone. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is a seamless outer sock that was specifically designed to keep crumb rubber and other fine debris from artificial or grass playing surfaces out of an athlete's shoes and socks, thus keeping such debris out of gym bags and locker rooms. The Razor, spelled R-A-Z-U-R, is favored by athletes who want the look of tape, by trainers who no longer have the time to tape only for show, and by moms who no longer want that crumb rubber in the house. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is made in America. It's 70% nylon and 30% spandex, making it extra lightweight and very durable, and it's backed by a 1-year performance guarantee. The Debris Inhibitor Razor covers just the right amount of a player's shoe while keeping those shoelaces tight. It's fully customizable, machine washable, and more importantly, it's easy to get on and off. The Debris Inhibitor Razor comes in 23 colors, and sizes are youth, medium, large, and for that extra big foot, extra large. Founded in 2010 by former University of Mississippi All-SEC football player Carl Hoppy Langley III, Southern Sport Inc. created the Debris Inhibitor to improve athletic performance by protecting athletes, allowing them to look and feel better with technically advanced products engineered with superior fabric construction, patented design, and proven innovation. Get a discount on your order by using the High School Football America code HSFA when you order at TDIRazor.com. That's razor spelled with a U at TDIRazor.com. If you're scouting your opponents without Crossover's game film breakdown platform, you're missing an opportunity to get a huge edge over the competition. Crossover's service lets you upload game film from your hard drive, video camera, or other websites like Huddle. Their team of football experts will then clip and tag the game with player and formation info so that when you log into your account, you can filter the clips however you'd like. They'll also automatically prepare a comprehensive tendency report and down and distance report for your staff so you can see exactly what your opponents like to call in specific situations. We all know that every coach spends countless hours preparing before a game. It's not about the time you put in, it's about what you do with that time. That's Crossover's biggest advantage. It allows you to use your prep time more efficiently and get an even deeper level of insight since you don't have to waste time setting up the film. Check them out. You're going to love them. You can sign up for a quick free demo at crossover.com/football. That's crossover.com/football. Jeff Fisher back on High School Football America tonight. We're doing a shortened version of it. It's been a very busy week here in Southern California, so not able to get to any interviews, but we'll be back with the full 90-minute show next week. We're going to wrap up the show with a look at our High School Football America Top 25 Media Compilation Poll. For those of you not familiar with it, it comes out on Tuesday, and what we do is we compile the rankings from USA Today's Super 25, the Max Prep's Excellent 25, and PrepNation.com's National Prep Poll, and award points to a team on the basis of their ranking in each poll. For example, the number 1 team receives 25 points, the number 2 team receives 24 points, and so forth, all the way down to number 25, where you get 1 point. And that's as simple as it is. And there's a perfect score of 100. And for the first time ever in the media compilation poll over the last several years, Bishop Gorman has scored a perfect 100 points ever since the Gales defeated St. John Bosco. The Gales number 1 in all 4 of the polls with a perfect score of 100 points. They're followed by IMG Academy, the consensus number 2. With 96 points, and then beyond that, Mater Dei, number 3 in our poll, number 3 in USA Today's, 4 in Max Preps, and 4 in Prep Nations. They are 10 points back in the 3 slot with 90 points. DeMatha, number 4 in the media compilation poll. They are number 4 in our poll, number 5 in USA Today, and number 5 in Max Preps, number 3 in the Prep Nation poll. And Allen, out of Texas, 3-time High School Football America mythical national champ, 2012, 2013, 2014. They're number 5 in our poll. They're number 5 in the compilation poll. They're number 4 in the USA Today Super 25. Max Preps has them at number 10, and Prep Nation has the Eagles at number 5. You can check out the entire media compilation poll at highschoolfootballamerica.com. Well, like I said, a shortened version for you. We'll be back with the full high test 90-minute version of the show next week. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey, don't forget, all weekend long, keep up with your favorite team by going to highschoolfootballamerica.com, our state-by-state scoreboards, and our live Super 25 scoreboard, the top 25, top 50 for you. Everything there at highschoolfootballamerica.com. I want to thank all of our sponsors on the show tonight, beginning with Crossover. Get your game film broken down accurately, quickly, let you go home and spend time with the family, play with the kids, do all those things that you should be doing to keep your mental outlet good. They break it down for you and let you do what you do best, which is coach. You can get it at crossoverwithak.com/HSFA. You get your free demo. You can also just click through on the banner ad at highschoolfootballamerica.com. Same way you can get to all of our sponsors. Echo, get instant replay on your sidelines. This is a competitive edge. That's what it is when you get your replay of that past play 8 seconds after it ends. Learn more at echo1612.com. By the good folks at Southern Sport as well, bringing you High School Football America tonight. And keep those pesky rubber pellets from Field Turf out of your shoes. Special discount on your order if you put in HSFA, as you will get a discount on your order there at TDI Razor with a U, SouthernCalFootballAmerica.com. Well, that's going to do it from Southern California tonight. Enjoy the games. Obviously, some Thursday night games going on. And again, everybody down in Florida and along the East Coast have a very, very safe next couple of days. For now, this is Jeff Fisher saying good night and good sports from Southern California. You've been listening to High School Football America.